Welcome back to the Galaxy Block series. In this part of the series, we will look at all the things that have to do with the user. So the user creation, the login, logout, and all the things that pertain to it. If you like the video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. It really motivates me to create amazing content like this. And consider also subscribing if you are new and you haven't done so. And turn on notification because more interesting series like this and even greater are coming your way. This is where we left off the last time, but quickly let me spin up the development server. I have done just one change since the last meeting and I want to show you that. Okay, so this is the change. The change is in the admin area. The only thing I have added is to create these categories inside the category model. So the table here. So that's the only thing I've done to create the categories here. So you may choose your own categories, that is fine, but these are the ones that I think are a best fit. Let's go back. We were able to render these two posts which we created the last time onto the home page, and this is where we are inside the index.html. But this post title is, because it's short, that it's not really wrapping up. But let's say there's a blog post whose title is really long, that will span like 4 or 5 lines. If we don't truncate the words, it will really not make the design nice. So let's fix that one before we start with it. So for the title, we want to also truncate words. We want to truncate it to 10. And that should, I think these ones are already less than 10 each. Oh, okay. It should be a filter, not a, yes, it should be filter like this. That should go away with the error. Okay, these ones are all less than 10, so we will not really see the impact, but it will be really helpful for a very long blog post title. And also let us do some small formatting to this date, created date. I think it's way too long. So let's locate that one also. Here, that is it. Let's pass a filter that will really format the dates in the night format. So we want to pass the date, and then in here, the format that we will use is capital M, the comma, not a comma, dot rather, and then D, small d, comma, big Y. This should also format our date for us nicely. Okay, so this is how I like it to be. If you like the previous one too, that is equally fine. Next, let us fix the image that is not showing. At least the default blog image should show. Remember, in the media directory, we put the default blog image just in the media directory, but that is not how it will work. If you check the models.py of the post, you see that we are uploading to blog images. And so the default image should also be in the blog images, because that's where all the images that all the blog images will be. So this one cannot be in another directory and then we expect it to work. So we create a new folder here. We call it blog images, and then move this default blog image into it. But still, this one may not work because we are doing this after the creation of the blog. So what we can do is to come into index.html, where we are rendering the blog image. Should be somewhere here. Yes, this place. And then we get the source of the image. If it is not there, then we can give a default one. We can say post.image.url. This one will give us the URL of the image, or the image itself. That we need that one for the source. And we can add the default if none. So the default if none, if default if none. That means if there's no image there, then it should render this particular image for us, which is in media slash blog images slash default underscore blog underscore image dot jpg. So it should get us the URL or the image URL of the post, and if there is none of them, they should replace it with this image that we just put in the blog image directory. So let's see how that one too goes. It still did not work. Let us try and create one more post and see how that one will go. For now, we still do all of them inside admin, but later we'll do it from the front end. So let me just ask Bing to generate a sample blog post on any interesting topic. Whilst it goes ahead to do it, let me do this once. The benefits of meditation. The benefits of meditation, which category would this one be in? I think this one should really be in health and wellness. So I'll copy that one, come in here, put it inside the category, and then I'll copy the body first, put it inside. The author will be me, of course. I'm the only user on the platform for now. And then this will be the title. Then I save. Then let's go back to the home page because it will automatically be rendered. We are okay. And that one too did not render for us. I don't know why the error is like that, but we will fix it very soon. Probably we have to move the image inside and make it a static. Instead of in the media file, make it static rather. That one may solve the problem. Let's try that one and see. Or let's leave it for now. I'll look at the error and then the fix, and then I'll tell you how I did it. I don't want to stretch it and waste time here. Let us move ahead and then, or let me try another fix and see. Inside the models.py here, let us just add an attribute that will give us the image URL. Maybe that's what is causing the problem. So let's just define, but it should be a property. It's a class property. So image underscore URL. And then it should pass in self. And this one you say if self dot image and has attribute of we want to check the URL. So self dot image and then URL. So we want to check if there's a URL, then we want to return it. So return self dot image dot URL. And let's see. So that one inside our post, our template, what we will come and do is to say posts dot image underscore URL, or if the default there, and then we give the default if none to be media blog images and then default blog image dot jpg. Okay, that one too, it is not working for some reason I don't know. Okay, let's continue. Now let's see, but if I change, let me see if I change the image at this side and see. You can see here in the admin that it's actually showing, but it's saying that you cannot find the URL. Alright, so I've fixed the default block image issue, and this is how I did it. Yes, we need the image in the default media directory because I realized that was the URL that was showing up when the image was called. So I can, I think, safely delete the one inside block images. Yes. And then, so make sure that there is a block images directory, but the default block image is inside the media directory and not inside the block images. And then the post.image URL that we define on the model as an attribute also. So the two of them came up to fix the problem. So now we have our images working. If we create a new blog post, it will work. So let me just ask Bing, give me another one. And then I would be the author, waiting for AI. The category should still be, I think so, health and wellness, because staying, or let me make it, let it be health and wellness again. The category, and then the body of the post. I'm the author, and then the importance of staying hydrated. Okay. When I save this and I come back, you should see that the fourth one also has the image, the default image. And when we change the image, now it will rather use the image for it. If I should demonstrate that one for you, this one is only being used because it is none. And so if I choose connecting the world, choose file, and try and then choose this rather, and then I save. When I come back, you should see that that one alone has changed because I decided to change it. So, and the rest are default because they don't have any image as at that time that they were created, or they have not been edited. So now let's move on to the authentication, the user creation and all. This navbar will have to be dynamic based on whether the user is logged in or not. So if the user is logged in, then the login sign up will not show or should not show, but only the create post. And if the user is not logged in, then login and sign up should show, and the create post should not show, because the create post, as I said, is only a privilege for registered users. And if the user is not logged in, this avatar even will not show and all. So let's implement the authentication. Let me close out of these models and probably the index.html for now, or let me leave it. I will not need the views from base.py because we are working in the accounts app at the moment. I will close out from all this. And then inside here, we want to create views for the login first. And Django makes it very easy. So we have to just import the login, and there's a function that does this thing with ease. So from Django .contrib, not contrib, .auth, we want to import login, we want to import logout, and another one called authenticate. We'll use it very soon to authenticate users. And because of this login function or method, which is already coming from Django, we cannot call our view login. So we can just say user underscore login to prevent any conflict. Request as always. And then here we will have to perform some check. So, or let me even do it, and later we'll do this one. If request dot method equal to post, that means the user has filled in the login form and has clicked on maybe login, which triggers a post request. Then the username should be equal to request dot post dot get. We want to get username, and then we will also get the password. This place too should be password. And we are only able to get it because inside our template here for the login, you see that we'll address the errors soon. This one should be username, not email address. So username. Okay. And then the type, ID, everything here should change now. Username. The autocomplete should be off. Or it should remain username. No problem with that. But the type here is text. Okay. Be sure to make these changes. We are only getting the username because the username, the name attribute here says username, so we can get it by that. And then the password is also here with the name password, not the type or the ID. It gets by the name. And then when we get these ones, we can perform the authentication. So we can say user is equal to authenticate. We pass in request. And then the username equal to the username. Password is also equal to password. Okay, we made a mistake here. I made a mistake there. So password is also equal to password. And here we can say if user is not none, that means that if authenticate here found a user, then we want to log in. And it's just this easy to log in the user. And we can redirect. We have not imported that one. We redirect to the home page. So after the user is authenticated, log in the user and then redirect the user to the home page. But this redirect should be imported from Django.shortcut together with render. And this whole page is rendering to the template index, the particular template, so the login template. So let's just return render request and then pass in the HTML template. And that is all we have to do for the login function for now. And in order to see how this works, let us also create the logout, how to log out the user. So define, we can also say user logout. Also taking in request as always. And that one is way too easy to do. So just say logout and then pass in request. And then we can also return redirect to the home page. So return redirect to the home page. And we're only able to call home here because inside our urls.py, we have not really created that one. Okay, but okay, that one is in the base. It's in the base. So inside our url.py file in the base, this home here is what we are calling. Okay, so now let's create URLs for these views inside the accounts.urls.py file, and then let's see. So the path that goes to login is views, not views dot user login, and the name will be login. And the one that also goes to the logout to be logout, and the views.user logout. And then let's just say logout here. Okay. So now let's see. Let's just refresh our page. Okay, since our server has broken down, it is saying something. Here. In most cases, we just have to break it and then restart it. It will work. Just must be a dict but got string. Line 5 of urls.py file. Where is it? Line 5. Okay, this is supposed to be name equal to, sorry. So sorry about that. So name equal to, and then let's see what our server has to say. Okay, now it's running without errors. And now I'm authenticated as Codebase. That's why I can log into the admin side. So if I go here and say logout, that should be auth/logout. And that is because instead of URLs here, we said the path that leads to auth. So it starts with auth before the logout counts. These are the ones that points to accounts.urls. So when I try to go to the admin site now, you see that I'm logged out. So I have to log in again. So we know that now the logout has worked. So let us link the URL, the login URL to this login one here, and then see how it works. That one will be done inside index.html. Come up to where you see the nav bar, the nav. And then for now, we will come and do some things here. But for now, let's just be interested in the login. URL, and then the URL is login. And this one should take us to this login.html page. So when I come back, hot reload, now it takes us to auth.login. It says didn't return, it returned none instead. Didn't we return it? Where is it? Oh, it should be on the same indent with the if statement. Yes, so this one should work. Let me just go back and come in again. Okay, it is behaving like this because we have not configured the static files for the login page. So it will be the same as this. So I'll just copy from the index.html from the low static up to the link style sheet. Copy it, come to login.html, and then paste it up to that side. And I can equally also do that for the JavaScript because we need it there when treating the errors. So I can also paste it here just like this and save it. Then come back, do a hot reload, and then now everything is nice. We will get this error very soon when we get to the error. When after this one, we just do the error how to handle the errors also. So now it gives me the opportunity. It already fills in for me, and I can click on login, and it tells me that I did not include the CSRF token, which is very true. So Django requires that for forms which require post. So inside here, I can put my CSRF underscore token, CSRF underscore token, and then save it, hot reload, login, and now it logs me into the home page. So now I'm logged in as a code base. I can log out. You saw that it worked. So let me quickly connect the logout to this also, so that we can see how we will handle the errors. Inside the urls.py file, that one is already defined. And let's see whether we did return it in the index. Oh yes, that one is also there. So all that we have to do here in the index.html is to call the logout URL. That one is inside the drop down. So where you see your profile drop down menu, I did my best to do the commenting as much as I can. Because I'm using Tailwind CSS, it looks like a lot of classes. But we are looking for this A tag that says sign out. If you don't find it, you can use Control F and just type sign out, and it should lead you, one of them should lead you to this particular page, this particular tag. And so inside here, we will clear this and then pass in the URL. Logout. Okay. Let's save it. Hot reload. Okay. So now when I click on sign out, it will log me out. When I try login again, I'll see that I'm actually logged out. And now let's say that I, for one reason or the other, mistakenly typed wrong address. You see that it refreshes the page and brings me back. So that is the only time we want to show this error. So let's go into our views.py file and then see how we handle the particular errors. Here we say if user is not known, then log in the user. So we can put the else statement here. Then we can, yes, copy this line because we need it here. If there's an error, you want to render the page, but this time around pass in a context dictionary. And just say error is true. This way we know that there was an error and we can handle it appropriately inside the login.html. So you see the place that says errors here. We will only render this place if there is an error. So I collapsed it from this side and we can check if error, then render this tag. So this one will only render, the error will only render if there's an error. Let me refresh. So you see that now we are logging into, we assume there's no error, so there's not rendered. When I click on like this and there's an error, it prompts me that there was an error. I can close out of it because of the JavaScript that we did. And so we now know how to handle the error successfully. But let me now log in. Yes, now I'm logged in. But we also have to prevent the case where the user is already logged in and will also want to again type auth/login. Because if you're already logged in, I don't know why you want to log in again. So let us see how we will work on that one. We can, in the views.py file, say that if request.user.is_authenticated, then return, want to return redirect to the home page. So return redirect. Oh no. redirect to the home page. So in this case, if the user is logged in and tries to access that URL, the user will be redirected to the home page. So let's see that I'm clicking login, but it's redirecting me to this same page because I'm already logged in. If I log out now and I click, it will take me to the place for me to log in again. Yeah. So let us work on this one. But since we're on the login page, let us just fix the URL for the sign up. That will lead us to the sign up page. We have not done that one. Okay, when we create the view, we come back and do it. That we know that we are done with that page. Now let's do the dynamic rendering of the navbar based on whether the user is logged in or not. We will do that from here. Where is our nav? No, this is login.html. We are looking for index.html. Okay. This is where the links are. So we can check if user.is_authenticated, then we want to only show the create posts. I think we have to bring it down. Else, and then let's go ahead and then end if. So if user is authenticated, then we want to show create post here. So I can just cut it, come in here and paste it. Else we want to show all of this, so I can equally bring this one down to this place. So if the user is authenticated, then show only the create post. Else show this login and sign up. So let's see. Am I authenticated? Okay, I think I'm not. Yes, I was not. So now I log in, and the only thing I see is the create post because I don't have to see these ones if I am already authenticated. So let me log out again, and then let's work on the drop down also here at the profile. So if I'm not logged in like this, I shouldn't see this because I'm not even a user. So that 1, 2 comes down to the profile drop down here. This is the profile drop down. So why is the profile drop down? Let me just collapse everything under it. Like I can use this one rather to do it. Here, let me collapse the bigger one rather. Yeah, just this one. So we can also check again if user.is_authenticated, then render this one. And if. Let's come back again, fresh, and now it's gone because I'm not logged in. I shouldn't see that. But when I log in, I see create post and then this one. Okay. But for the navbar, it is, it's twice. The one that shows for the big screens and then the small screens as well. I forgot to mention, but this site is completely responsive for all screen sizes. So this is the mobile screen. You see that there is a mobile menu here, but because we have not done it for the mobile menu, you also see them, all of them being rendered. It's completely responsive. As you go, it automatically fills and then grows into spaces. So let's implement that one for the user at the mobile menu also. Equally, if the user is authenticated, then we want to only show create post. If not, then we want to show, let me clear this one. If not, then we want to show the login and then sign up. So if user if user dot is authenticated, let me continue with the else and the if, then we just fill them in like we did at first. So if user is authenticated, then grab the create post and put it in here, else, or let me just equally copy this one and put it down here. But we need another one also for the avatar that shows there. So this one also is the avatar session. If the user is not logged in, we will not show this at all. So this is the avatar session, the one that gives the image and then the profile to the profile of the user and all that. So there's a sign out here. We have already configured that URL. Let's just put it in there. So URL, then logout. Okay. Let me refresh and see. Now it shows the create post because we are logged in, and then let me sign out, and then I see that there's only login and then sign up. So that's great. Okay, we have not done that one for the mobile version. The login, where is it? Okay. URL login. Okay, I just have to refresh the page before login, and then I'll go. So let's see how the error behaves also on small screens. Yes, something went wrong. Let me log in properly, and then I'm in. So now let's see how we can work on the user profile and then show the user's image, and also see how we can create and update users. We want to be able to visit the profile page of the user also. So let me close out of index for now, or let me even leave it. Still inside the accounts views.py, we want to create the register user. Here also, let's just put the restriction here. So if we're already authenticated, I don't know why you want to register again. But if we are not, and if request dot method is post, so if the user goes to the account sign up page, fills the form, and then press register, we want to then do the following. First name should be equal to request dot post dot get, and I want to get first name. First hyphen name. It depends on how it appears in the signup.html. So let's just inspect it. Where is it? This is base. We are looking for accounts, and see how the names are being displayed there. So we have username for username here. And why is this password called username? So password, repeat password. I think I just copied and pasted and forgot to change the labels. And this one is also talks about. That one too is there. Talks about password 1, password 2. This one is about, and then we also have the file upload for the user's photo. First name is here. This is what we are looking for. So the label, the name here is first name, and then we will also get the last name, and then email and all the rest. Okay. So let me just duplicate it a number of times for all of the rest. Here will be last name, which will be last name. We can also get the username, which will be username. There was also password 1, so password for just the first one, and then password 2 for the repeat password. We will also have the email for the user's email. I think that's all we have to get. Let's see. There's email here. About, we have not gotten the about. Talks about too is not there. So about, and then talks about. And then talks underscore about, talks underscore about. I think that's all. That should be all. Yes. And what we are left with is the image. So that one we treat it differently. But let's even put it in a try catch block so that if there's an error, mostly if there's an error, it will throw it up on the page. So let me just leave it. If the error comes, I'll show you how to fix it. So I say avatar equal to request dot files, and then the name also. So here the name for the image, here is file upload. So we can just say file upload here. And that will be it. So if we get all of this, then we have to check if password is not equal to password 2, or if, let's make it if equal to password 2. That is when we want to register the user, so that we just know that the user has confirmed the password correctly. Then we can just say user equal to user dot object. We have not imported user, so let's quickly import user from Django. So from Django dot contrib dot auth dot models, we want to import user so that we can create the user. So user dot object dot create, we want to, or no, not create, but create underscore user here. Then these are the things we want to pass. We want to pass the username, oh, not here, username, and then the password. So we can properly say username equal to username, and then password equal to password. So once all the two are correct, you can just pick any of them. And this one will create our user for us. But when the user is created, we also want to immediately create the profile. There are more things that we have to now add. So we can just say user dot first name, because those ones we did not put there. So user.first name equal to first name, user.last name also equals to last name, and then user.email equal to email. We are making reference to these ones up here. And then now we know that we have to create the profile also, but before then you have to call the user.save to save the user. And so let's see how we create the profile. Before we do that, we have to import the profile model from here. So we can say from .models import user profile, and this is the model we are calling here. We created it in the previous video. Let me close what you are not using for now, and then we can say profile equal to user profile, and we pass in all the things that we need to do. So person, we are looking for the person, which is equal to user, and then about equals to about, talks about also equals to talks about, and then avatar also equals to avatar. Then we have to do profile.save to save it. This is the process we have to go through to create the user. But after creating the user, we can just say login the user, login, request, and then user. And as usual, also we have to return the user to the home page. So return redirect the user, the new user, to the home page. Else, that is if the two passwords are not the same, we want to render the page and say there is an error. Else, return render, which I think we are using signup.html. Yeah, the template is signup.html, and then we pass a context dictionary saying error is true. Also, we have to, for the view itself, we have to pass in the template that will be rendering. So, but that one will not have this error. There is an error with our indentation. Okay, but that one will not have the context dictionary, so we can take it off. So let me go take you through. We are first checking if the user is authenticated, and take the user back to the home page. But if not, and the user has filled the form, clicked on register, that will trigger the post request. Then we can get all of these from the HTML file, the fields that are in the HTML file, and then also create our user from here. If the two passwords are the same, create the user. And then after creating the user, create the user's profile also, and then log in the user. But if there was an error, the two passwords are not matching, so tell the user that there's an error, and then let's show the error tag. The CSS has not been properly configured for the sign up page. And let me also get for the JavaScript. Okay, And then inside our index.html, but we have not really created the path for the sign out. So let's do that one. So that will be register. And then maybe say register user. Yeah. And then here will be register. So inside our template, you can make reference to that one. Here is login. And then this place is register. But we have to do it for the mobile view also. So you can just scroll down. And then here we paste the register. Let's do a hot reload to make sure everything is working. Everything is working. I think, yeah. So now let's see how the login, the sign up also works. Say sign up on Galaxy. But let's fix this one that I wanted us to fix earlier. Inside the login.html, so that we don't come back to that file again. Inside the login.html, where there is the are you new to Galaxy sign up, we just paste this URL there. And then we are done with this file. So when we hot reload, we can now move from here to the sign up page. So on the sign up page, we can equally change this one to login so that we can just go between the two. Yep. So this one says login and then that. So the new user will be carry mount. Okay. Show or save passwords. Let me copy Carrie's own and paste it. Carrie talks about food, lifestyle, and fun. And for the about, we just say this is Carrie Mount. Carrie will not put a profile photo for now. Let's just choose. Let's just assume that this is Carrie, and then the personal profile will be Carrie. First name is Carrie, last name Mount. Now let's go ahead and register Carrie. Oh yes, there was a CSRF token. We forgot. So before the form, or inside the form itself, should be here. Okay, so just pass our CSRF token here. CSRF underscore token. Okay, so I may have to reload and fill in everything again. So let me go back, copy Carrie's password and paste it. Talks about food, fashion, and everything fun. Register, and it says user profile got unexpected keyword arguments, avatar. That will have to be a problem. We can start checking from the model. Oh, we didn't include an image field. That is so bad. So let's quickly edit this place and add the avatar. It will be models dot image field. We want to upload to profile photos, and the default should be user.jpg, and that one is part of the files you downloaded in the previous tutorial. So inside profile photos, you should see this user.jpg. What we can do now is to copy the whole folder into our media, and I don't know how this one will turn out to be, so let me just copy this user and paste it inside the media. It's not the best, but I think that one's what we can try for now. So I have it both in profile photos and then in the general media folder also, wherever that it will work. Okay, so now that this is done, we have to actually break from our server and then perform migration. So Python make my migrations. Okay, so and then Python manage.py migrate. Okay, go back to start our server, but I think our user will already be created. Yes, the user will be created. Probably the profile might even be also started. So let's go to our admin and see. Login. Look at users. You see that carry mount is here. And let's come to profile. We have not added that one to the admin side. So inside the accounts app admin.py, we can import the profile user profile model from here. So from .models import user profile, and then let's register it on the site and see. So admin.site.register user profile. Let's save it, come back, refresh. Okay, and user profile is here. Okay, it didn't actually create the profile. So let's manually add profiles for code base and for carry mount. So I have profiles for all of them, but because I don't have first name and last name, mine is not showing. So let me just quickly edit user profiles, and you see that one is here. Okay. So now let's try and add another user and see how all of them work. So we not log in, sign up. We'll create the account for mails, and then I'll come in here, copy the password, and then paste it. Register, and it automatically creates the profile of Paul, registers, and then logs him in. And so if I now try to access admin, you see that it's Paul who is logged in. Shall I see again? Oh, okay. You see that it says you're authenticated as P-mail, so that we know that Paul Mills was created and then logged in. So let's check if it works. It worked at the admin site. So user profile, you see the profile of Paul Mills was created, and everything that we entered there has also been put here. So that is how we can create models when another action has been taken. Also, so we go to users, see that Paul Mills is actually also there, but they don't have admin status. I only do. Okay, so now that this page has this part is done, let us see how we work on the user profile and display the profile information of the user. we should be done with the sign up form also. We didn't consider the errors for the sign up, so let's just fix that one quickly. That one we can just copy the error part from the login and just paste it. So errors. So just copy up to the end of the errors, and then on top inside the form, yes, maybe before our CRF token, you can just paste it there. And this here we not say username and password, we just say passwords do not match. Okay. Let's just make sure that we are handling the errors from the view. So this is the creation of the user. Okay. Yes, we are handling the error. So let's hot reload, sign out, and then sign up. And then now let me just enter some random name. So user, and then type in some password and make this one completely very short. So I'll just be typing in something, some other things here. We're just checking things, and then register. Okay, at mail.me. Register. Multi-value dict key error. This is what I was talking about with the avatar. If we are requesting for files, I think images, or maybe all files, and it doesn't get it, it throws that multi-value dict key error. That is what we have to work around and fix. So we can put it to be safe in a try except block. So I can cut this and then try and then paste it there. So, and then we can now say except multi, but we have to import that multi-value dict error from, so let's just import it at this place, from Django.utils.dataStructure. So from Django.utils.dataStructures import multi-value dict key error, this one. And then now we can use it here. So accept multi-value dict key error. And then we can now say avatar equal to none. So if that is the case, just make it none. And then let's move forward. So this one should solve. But we have to refresh before. Okay, so let me just once again create I'll not actually create it. I'm using it to test the error. So what I'll be typing here is will make like completely no sense. I don't even have to select, because if it doesn't show at mail.me, and now I click on register, it is saying the same again. Oh, and that is because we did not even save this views.py file. So this thing of course should happen. Once again, let's try new user, but let me make sure that it is saved before. Okay, then the server has restarted. Okay. For the password, let me just type something very short. Register, and then you see that one also tells me that there's something went wrong, passwords do not match. So we know that that error from on the sign up page is also working. But one thing we forgot to do here is to declare the path to the home page, so the person can move easily from there to the home page. That one is here, sign up on Galaxy. In the sign up page, we are looking for Okay, yes, here. Instead of the index.html, it should be URL and then home. We'll do the same for the login. I think it also has something like that over there. And so, yes, here. Okay. So no problem, we can move on to Galaxy from here, do our login, move on to Galaxy, login. Why is it? Has it really stored the password for new user? Kidding me. Delete it. Yes. And then let me log in as Codebase. Okay. And now let's work on this user profile. You don't need this one, but the index we may be making reference to is 1 from time to time, so that one should be there. Let me just copy this, and in the user profile, no, not update profile, user profile itself, the profile.html, and then place it up to this point. Just make sure that my JS is also working. So I'll come down. Redundant. Okay. And then let's quickly create a URL to view the profile. So profile. But this one would take 2 arguments here. So str string of the username, and then another one for the ID, so that if there are 2 users with the same username, we allow that, so that if there are 2 users with the same username, there will be no conflict. So another string for the ID. Okay, and here will be user underscore profile. And then here will be profile. Okay. So now we can go ahead and then define this function inside our views. Request as always, and then for now let's just return render request, and then we want to render profile.html for now. And then inside our index, let's see the URL that goes to profile. So we can just copy this, and then yes, this place where we see profile.html. I know the file is a bit huge, but if you are looking for anything you cannot really find it, just Control F for find, and if you type profile.html like this, it will take you to this place where you can find it. So you see that there are 2 times it occurs. The first one is this place, and the one is for the mobile navbar. So I can also equally select it and say change all occurrences, and just paste this one in, bring my cursor here, delete this one, and say profile. In this case, it will change it for the mobile side also, but this one needs 2 arguments. So we just say user.username, because you are requesting the username, and then the user.id. So we have done that for the index. So let's come back to this place, and then in here we will have to pass in the username and also the ID. And then we have to say you have to get the profile of the particular user that is coming. So first get the user, which should be equal to user.object dot this one will be get, where username equal to username. So we have to get the user by the particular username, but that one alone will not be enough, because if there are multiple users with the same username, this one will return many people. We just want one person, and so that's why you're passing the ID, which will be unique for all of them. So ID is also equal to ID, and then profile should be equal to profile, user profile dot object also dot get, and then we can just see where author equal to user. So where the author equal to this particular user, and here we can pass in the profile as a context dictionary. So profile, which will be profile. Okay. So we are just getting the user and using the user to get a profile. Let me just refresh this and then click on user profile. It says cannot resolve key author into field. Why is it saying so? It will usually tell us the line where the thing is happening. So profile is called user.object.get. Did we forget again to let me check the models? Okay, it's person, not author. It's person, not author. So refresh. Okay, and this user profile page renders for us, but instead of this placeholders, we want to replace it with the actual things from the database. And that one will be done inside the here. Okay. Let me collapse the navbar for now. Or even the navbar, we can just bring the one from index.html and make the necessary modification. So I'll just copy that one from index, delete this one, and paste that one in. And now let's start to modify it. There will be the login and sign out here, but if you are on your profile, why will you even see your profile link again? So that one should go. And then here, let's start the editing. So here will be on the mobile screen will be profile person dot first underscore name to get the first name, and then we also want to repeat it for the last name also. So just leave space and then last name, and this one will be profile dot person dot email. Yes. Well, the user will definitely be authenticated, so we can do away with this if condition. So this one should go, and then here is the mobile menu. We can get rid of this authentication because the user will already be authenticated, and then we can delete from else up to end if, because we are not logging in and signing up on the profile page. You are already a user. So we should, of course, go to the createpost.html, and also that's the one for the mobile menu. So from here also we can in the profile drop down for the big screen, you don't need your profile URL. And if should go, and this if user is authenticated should also go. And now the top here, you don't need everything here. You only need a create post without this. Yes. Okay. But this URL should link to home. So URL and then home. Okay, let's come back, refresh and see. Okay, only sign out is here, create post. Let's check it on mobile screen. Nothing is showing. Okay, now it's here. So it's that now my name is rendered here because we access the profile, first name, last name, and that. So that is what we were doing there. This edit profile, yes, this edit profile should only show if you are the user or you are the owner of the profile. So we can check it this way. So if request, or no, if user, this place you don't have to use request. If user dot, the user already be authenticated, so you didn't even have to check if the user is authenticated. So if profile dot person equal to user. So if the person using it, if the current user is the owner of the profile, they want to show this. And then you can end if here. But we will not really see this in action until we get to the posts and all, because for now, every time we'll be logged in, it will be us. So of course it will show. Yep. So let's get here and say full name is this, and then last name. So that's the full name. So last name. And then the username here will be dot username email, and here will be profile dot talks about. This one is not relating to the person, but so this is the profile. So talks about, and here will be profile dot about. Okay, that will be all for now. Let me refresh. So that now it changes, and then my information is now really being displayed here. Let's work on the image also. Okay, so this one will go, and then the source here will be, we can make use of the default if none here. So let me just quickly find it here. And this one will be profile dot avatar dot URL, and the default if none is media slash user.jpg is there. Okay, so this one too should work for us because we have the user here, the user picture here inside media here, this one. Okay, it didn't work. Why? Profile.avatar.url, about this. Yes, the field is called avatar. Or maybe you should try the same thing we did with the other one. Let's just copy this property. Come here and paste it. So this one, everything down here will change to avatar. So we can just say profile avatar underscore URL. And then come in here, hot reload. It is still not working. Maybe you have to treat the image as a static file rather than yes. So let me just cut this part off and say, so if profile.avatar.url, then render this. So I'll even get rid of the default if none. Else, the same image tag, but this time around, here, we will link it as a static file. So static, and then we will have user.jpt. So what we have to do now is to move this here, this user, into accounts. You can, or not even into accounts, because Django already knows that we have already defined the static files inside here. I can paste it into this static folder, and then it should be able to work. Oh, looking for an end if, sorry. Oh, end if. Save it. Wow. Why is this thing doing this? Okay, let's just check if profile.avatar, not avatar.url, and let's see. Front two did not work. Then let's create a static folder rather inside the account. So static, and let me move the user from the general static folder and then paste it inside here. Come back to the home page, do a hot reload, profile. Okay. Something is just not right. Let me clear my browsing data. Which will log me out. So I can log in again as code base. Then visit my profile. Okay. I'll find the error, fix it, and then make you know. But for now, let's continue. We are also done with this side, at least for now, because we can also render posts by the user also here. So let's just do this one at this side, and then let's see how it goes. So post by the user. In that case, we have to inside views.py, here call all the posts that the user has created. So we can say post equal to post. We have not yet imported it, so post dot object dot filter. This one we have to use filter. And we want to filter for the ones whose author equal to this user. And we have to import this post. You can see that it says from base.models import post. And so pass in the same post also. Okay. And now inside the profile.html, we can, after the person's profile, post by the user, let's just collapse all of them and delete all of them with the exception of one. For post in posts, we can end for and then expand this one to be post dot title. And remember we have to truncate the words to 10. So what is wrong with this prettier again? Okay. And I think this is post. Let's go up and do it from there. And then posts, there should be, yeah, post dot author. Post dot created. And this one too, you have to format the date to be M, capital M, sorry, dot small d, comma, capital Y. And here we can leave the comment for now. But for this one, I'll really have to come and copy this from here because it's a long text. Okay. And this will be post.body. We also want to truncate words on this one. So truncate words. That one was it 12 or so, yeah. Now it should work. Looking for N4. Wow. Oh, not the way Django recognizes it. I think I put the N4 at a very wrong place. Let me go and check. Okay, so that one too is working. Now we can see that the card is being rendered properly. But this one, we only want them to show if I'm the author of the post. So let's just create that functionality because we need it in the future. Where it says this div that says edit comments and those ones, you can change this one to post. So edit post, delete post. And we only want to render this div beneath if the user is the author of the post. So if user equal to post dot author, then we want to do this. And let's end if here. Okay. But we'll come and work on it at some time. For now, because we are logged in, I'm logged in as Codebase and that. So this is what will happen. But we can also test it out by converting this username here on every post to a URL or an anchor tag, which will link to the person's profile. So let's do that from the index page and see. Where there is the author of the post, we can get rid of this p tag, make it an anchor tag with an href of profile. So a URL that goes to profile. And we know that we need a user dot username. For that one, what if now it should be post.author.username. So post.author.username. And we also need the post.author.id. Yes, this one should do. Oh. And then in here I can paste the post.author. Okay, so now it takes me here. I'm the author, so I think I've created almost all the posts. So let me log out and log in as a different person, maybe females, and come to the Codebase profile. You see that the edit is not there because females is not the owner of this profile. It's for Tommy's Codebase, and this one too is not there. So that is why we implemented those checks, so that we can be you can only edit your profile, and for the post that you have created, you can only edit and delete them. So that is the purpose of that functionality. I think we didn't fix the image for I forgot to fix that one. So beside index, you can just go here. It's quite a long one. Let me copy it. Permit me to do that. And profile, where is it? Here. Let's reload and everything comes back to live. So this place is done except the image that is really proving stubborn. We can sign out. And then create post is not working. So okay, this tutorial is really getting long, so I think we can end it here. And in the next one, we look at how to update the user profile, and then we start creating the post, implementing the search engine, and all of that. If you have any questions, feel free to put it in the description below. Myself or any other person from the Codebase family will be happy to help you. Thank you very much for your time, and I'll see you another time with another video. Bye for now.